everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring this adorable little collection. This is the Lucky Star collection from Blue Fern Studios. It's got this adorable little 8x8 paper pack and also a little packet of ephemera. And then we're also introducing today from hot off the press, the cutting edge die. This one's called The View. And let's just get right to it. I'm going to show you some cards, show you what's in all this. So the Lucky Stars pack is just adorable. It's got this like celestial look to it. It's got all these little cutouts. Beautiful, beautiful papers. Here, let's move this over. There we go. Just gorgeous. They're double-sided. It's got the constellations, beautiful flowers. There's 2 of each papers on here. See, there we go. Just gorgeous. More cutouts. Beautiful, beautiful papers. So you don't have to make a decision of like, you ever find a paper pack where you're like, this one's too pretty to use. Well, now you've got 2, so you can always keep one to look at and use one. Gorgeous. I love being able to cut these up and use just different aspects of them for cards. And of course, they would make an adorable 8x8 scrapbook page. All right, so, and then for the little ephemera, so cute. There are 29 pieces in here. There we go. And as I was looking at this, I'm like, this is just the background sheet with all the description. I would just cut this window out and I would use it too because I think it's so cute. So look at all of these little sentiments, the little post there. Very, very cute. Lots of moon and star and sun things. You are magical, keys, flowers. Just adorable. Okay, so we've got all that to work with too. And we've also got this adorable little cutting die. That's what it looks like when it's cut out of white cardstock. So this beautiful oval, and then this beautiful branches and foliage here. So I'm going to show you how I use that as well. So let's just start with this card. So this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I used this particular paper, and as you can see here, I cut it just a little bit smaller than the card. So I ended up using this beautiful corner element with the moon on it and the butterfly. And then I used this little ephemera pieces here, put some little foam tape squares on that, and layered at first the little lamp post pole post here, and then did the little owl piece with foam tape, the You Are Magical with foam tape. Then I found these cute little stars. These are these little sparklets embellishments, and this is Starry Sky, and it's got probably 3 different shades of blue and then clear stars with it. So I glued some of those on there, and then I cut out one of the butterflies. I think I cut out this one, or maybe this one up here. I cut that out and foam taped that there as well. Added a little purple ribbon from the purple ribbon pack right on the corner there. And I thought that came together pretty well. And then here's one I did. This is a center step card. And if you're not familiar with center step cards, they come in a pack of 5. They're already pre-folded like this. Okay, so they're all ready to go. And they just sit like this, so they have some dimension to them, which I think is really cool. And what I did with that was, there is a pattern on the back of this little cover sheet here, and it shows you how to cut out and cover this card completely. It has all the patterns. Or you could just do what I did, which was make I took this paper right here, and I used the back of it here, sort of the center part, and I just did a rectangle right there. And then this bottom part right here with the florals, it had this cute little sentiment. It says, live by the sun, love by the moon. And I was like, that's adorable, that's got to go on the card. So I cut this strip off the bottom and then just glued that along the bottom edge. But I should also mention there's a cutting die on here as well, and I cut it from white cardstock, and I forgot to grab it, but I featured it this week on another Paper Wishes vlog or webisode, but it's the quarter foil background cutting die right there. And then, so I put that over the rectangle and then put this paper strip here, Then I cut off some strips here and here from this floral, and then I just glued that to these side panels right there. So just use those little floral strips as much as you can. They're so adorable. So yeah, I ended up using the middle part and the edges for this one. And then I wanted to add some flowers. So I've got, these are violet country blooms. So I added the ephemera here, and then just did a little cluster of the purple flowers. And then also, this is Twilight Pixie Petals. You can see I have one right there. And then Sea Glass. I have one right there and right there. And then just another little bit of that purple ribbon, a different style of ribbon from this collection. This is just a little 1/8 inch wide purple grosgrain. It comes in that collection. I just tucked that right under there. So by using just sort of a collection of flowers there, I was able to come up with this one. Oh yeah, okay. So here we go. For this one, I turned this card this way. Once again, this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. And I used this paper. I put this right here, okay? Covered the entire card, cut around that. Then I used these colorful thin line border dazzles, which are great. I used from the gold one. And I just did strips along the top and bottom edge. And I put them, I don't know if you can see, they're not right up along the edge of the card. I just went in just a tiny little bit so that you could see them cross at the corners. And then, let's get to the die. So, oops, the View cutting die. I die cut out of metallic gold paper. And grab that one. It comes in a big 12 by 12 sheet, so you can do lots of things with it. And then I also cut it out of brown cardstock. And as you can see, I didn't even bother centering it on the brown cardstock. I just had a scrap of brown, so I didn't even get the whole thing, because all I want is the branches. So I cut out the whole thing, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'll do a little paper piecing. And what I ended up doing is just clipping this away, so clipping the branches away from the foliage. Using my tiny little scissors. And some of these pieces you're like, is that a branch or is that foliage? It doesn't really matter. So just go with what you think is going to look good. And then what we're going to do when we cut this off, we're going to glue it right over the top of the gold piece. But instead of sitting here and trying to cover the whole thing with glue, I'm going to use some sticky specks, and it'll make it so much easier. All right, cut there. I think I got everything. Oh, there's one more still attached. There we go. All right. So now, I want to make sure that I have everything going in the right direction, and I don't want to put glue on the wrong side of this. So I've got my sticky specks somewhere. Here they are. All right, so I use sticky specks a lot, but if this is your first time tuning in, they come 4 sheets in a pack, and they are sheets that have thousands and thousands of little micro dots of adhesive on here. So what you're going to do is just put that there, cover it, and we're going to make a sticker out of it. And then I would pick this up from the widest piece, the thickest piece. That's why I put the biggest part of the branch at the bottom. Pick this up. All right, so now I've got my sticker. And I'm just going to lay this right over the top of the gold one. And what's great about these sticky specks is they are repositional for the first, few, I don't know, seconds that you put it down. I don't think you could reposition it after several minutes. I think it would stick pretty good by then. So you can kind of here's a little piece that was like, oh, there's too much gold showing. I'm just going to move that over. All right, so that's how I did that. So then I just put that down right there, put a little purple bow right here to kind of ground that, and then just added a piece of the ephemera. I cut out another butterfly, and then I went back and added some more of those twilight pixie petals, a couple of those little Starry Night sparkly stars here, here, and here, and here, and there you go. It was good to go. All right, so, oh, I also wanted to show you, here's one that my friend Debbie made. This is actually the card that's on the back of what we call the header for this. So when you purchase this, it has this here, and it tells you all the ingredients or all the stuff that Debbie used. And if you click on the product page on Paper Wishes for this, you will see this card, and if you click on that, you'll get all the supply lists too. So just in case I forget anything, I want you to know where to find that. So for the background, Debbie used cosmic shimmer shakers to create her background, and they're listed all on the back of this. They're also listed on the website, but she used like denim dash, electric blue, and gunmetal to create that with a little water spritzer. Then she added silver jewel border dazzles here and snowflake dazzle stickers to make this adorable winter card. Let's see, she also added the little Let It Snow stickers. Those come from Christmas Tiny Words and Phrases. But here she actually did the same technique that I did, or I did the same technique she did, because she did this first. She used silver metallic paper, okay, and then navy blue paper right here to put on there. And then for these darling little birds, these are adorable little cardinal dies, and they came with, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Rats, Lene. Anyway, sorry about that. This is a neat cardinal die too. But these are actually little tiny mini cardinal dies that she cut out of red cardstock and just a little foam tape on there. And you can find the link to the exact ones with this card, so oopsie. So now I'm gonna build, for the last card, we're gonna build a card. So I thought we'd do a gatefold card. So how you do a gatefold card, if you haven't done one before, is I just started out with a 5 by 6.5 inch blank card. And then I opened it, so it's got the fold here, and then I folded the left and the right sides together, and then you've got your gatefold. Okay, so that's where we're starting from. I'm using this piece, and I'm going to, for the paper pack, and I'm going to cut off so I can have the borders right here. I'm going to cut off a panel from here and a panel from here. So that's what I have done. Here we go. All right, so I've got panels pre-cut, just slightly smaller than this gatefold panels. So now I've got my special Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which is, this is Debbie and my favorite paper glue. So it lasts a long time. You do not need to use a lot, and it really holds great. It dries quickly. It's not all lumpy. Got a really nice, it's just got a really nice hold to it. So I just can't say enough about it, actually. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got a piece left from that sheet. So what I want to do with this piece is I'm going to take it and I'm going to glue it on the inside to kind of mask up that fold that's right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now, even though we're not really concentrating on the inside yet. All right, so, okay, we've got our paper down. Now, I'm going to use, here's a little extra scrap of paper that I had left over from this paper pack, okay? So I had this piece over here left over. I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to use this piece. And this is going to be sort of the grounding piece where I'm going to build all of my elements on, but I'm only going to glue it to this side of the card to continue that gatefold. And I'm going to put a couple of dots of glue here and a couple of dots of glue here, like that. All right, so it's only glued on the left. Then I've got this cutout, and I inked the edges of this brown. I also inked the edges of this part brown too. And this one, I'm going to do sort of the same thing. I'm only putting glue on this side because I'm going to have this run off the edge here. Okay, like that. And I don't want it sticking over here. When you open that up, that's what you're going to see. Now, I wanted to put a couple of other elements here. These are some little ferns cut from tan cardstock. This is pastel, 12 by 12 cardstock. It's pastels. And this is the bigger leaves and ferns cutting dies from hot off the press. So I cut these out of tan, inked the edges with that same brown color. I'm going to just put one right there. I don't need a lot of glue on these because I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff on top of them. All right, now I wanted to get a little collection of flowers. So I had all these little flowers left over from various projects. And the color scheme, it doesn't match perfectly. This I thought went really well with this right here. The purple had the background. Then this is storm color, and it's sort of a nice gray blue. And then I've got these twilight ones. So these are all the colors that I used. So here's the little tiny violet one I had left over from a pack like this. A larger one, this is ginger, and this one is storm. And then a couple of little twilight pixie petals. All right, so we're just going to kind of mix and match, use up some pieces. Oops. And I'm going to put this one right here because I want it to kind of anchor. I don't want it floating at the top. Oops. Try a little bit more glue there. And then I'm going to add the larger one for, wow, I'm just all over the place. For the one that's the storm color. I'm going to get this little purple one in there. I may not use all of these flowers. I'm just kind of winging it at this point. Yeah, I think I will use this one right here. All right, so I've got some ephemera piece here. There's a little crown. I want to add that in. I'm just going to tuck that right there. And that coordinates with the little royal queen bee that we've got going on. Also got a little blue bow, and it's kind of that same blue that's got a little bit of the storm in it, so I'm sort of wanted to get a little bit more of that color in there, so that's in the blue ribbon collection. And I'm going to just tuck this one right under there. Okay, so we've got that going on. Now, let's see. I've got these pixie petals, and then I've also got these little sparklets. This had a little more purple in it, and these are jellyfish. That's the name of these. So let's open this up and see if we can add a couple of these. Just to add a little bit of sparkle there. I think I'm going to add another flower right over here. I like to put things in groups of 3, so I've got flower and a couple of little sparklets there. Let's put a jewel right on, oops, our crown. I've got a lot of glue on there. There we go. And let's add another little one of these pixie petals just right in here. I want to bring another one in there, so I'm not going to use that third one. Oops, go. Couple of little more guys here. There's a sequin. Have some extend off of that main piece here. All right, I think we're good. So now we're going to kind of let this all dry. Oops, one of my pieces kind of stuck a little bit in there. All right, so now Oops. Should have let this dry a little bit more, you guys. There we go. All right, so now for the inside of the card, still, I should have done this first. I've got another little piece of ephemera. I put a little foam tape on the back of that. And that I'm just gonna carefully slide in here because I did not think that through very well. There we go. And just tuck that right in there. I'm just gonna let everything else dry. There we go. Okay, so there we have it. That was kind of on the fly. So you guys, we've got a great money saver on this collection. I would encourage you, if you are watching us on our vlog page at paperwishes.com, to just look on the right-hand side, check out that money saver. I think you'll really enjoy this collection and this really fun new die that we have. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then you can just look at the description box right below the video and you'll find a link to our vlog page. So it'll zip you right over to paperwishes.com to our vlog page where you'll find the money saver on the right hand side. You'll find supply lists and photos of all of these cards, and you'll also find a drop down list of all the product where you can just shop right from that if you want to buy individual items. And if you really like this video, just give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing because we do 4 videos a week and you'll learn a lot. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.